Om. 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 Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Aim Saraswate Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. Om. Blessed Self, Adorations. The Mystery of the Soul, Katha Upanishad, translated into English by Pujya Gurudev, Pujya Shri Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj of Yoga Research Foundation, Miami, Florida. Day 19, Mantra number 8. And today is also day 7 of Krishna Janmashtami. We just had a beautiful session at Shiva Vishnu Temple in Stockton, California. It is on Facebook. If you are interested, you may go to our Facebook page. It is public. And then also you can go to our Integral Yoga Foundation Facebook page. It has been shared there. So a little recap of mantra number 7, the last part, was about Guru. The ideal Guru feels that the self of all is my very self. There is no difference between me and the Absolute. Such a Mahatma, the great soul, is at one with the whole world. When such a great soul teaches the science of Brahman, a qualified aspirant, they verily attain the same consciousness as the Guru. So if the Guru is qualified, the aspirant is qualified, there is very high connection, and the aspirant certainly attains the same consciousness as the Guru. So be mindful of that. But it is very difficult to find such a Guru and to find such a qualified aspirant who is also difficult to find, because there are very few who are strongly walking on this path. Other things become important for them, then this becomes a lower spiral. So mantra number 8, when this self is taught by one who lacks knowledge of Brahman, such teaching leads to various doubts, and therefore the self is not known. Without being taught by the wise, no one has access to this subtle knowledge, because its subtlety is beyond human reasoning. So there are some things you don't realize instantly, because the whole world is complicated. So it is very subtle, and therefore it's beyond human reasoning. So that is why it is said that you have to just have that faith and devotion in our scriptures. So I had said other days also, do not continuously ask questions because you are doubting. You can ask questions for sure and definitely if you want to learn in a better way, or you want to learn more, go deeper, that's fine. But when you are questioning, then you have a doubt. Questioning in an argumentative way. Why this, why that, why not? But if you're questioning without any arguments but diving deep into it, into the scripture, then it's okay. Otherwise, it's just bad for our karma. So the intellect that is attained by following the instructions of a realized sage is not overpowered by various doubts and delusions. Okay, there you go. It's there. Lord Yama is saying it also. The intellect that is attained by following the instructions of a realized sage is not overpowered by various doubts and delusions. Rather, this sharp intellect pierces all the theories advanced by the atheists and by those who mistake the not self for the self. So, wrong arguments and conceptions regarding the soul obstruct one's movement towards the God of life. Realization of the self is just, the goal is not there. So soul obstruct one's movement towards the goal of life, realization of the self. They inhibit the rise of knowledge and its fruit. Wrong arguments and conceptions regarding the soul obstruct one's movement towards the goal of life, self-realization. They inhibit the rise of knowledge and its fruit. So there you go. Doubting, asking too many questions, it just obstructs the higher movement, and you continuously keep going until one can, and when time comes with a little bit of good service, the great opportunity and the punyas itself comes. So, but it depends on your karma also. So wrong arguments and conceptions regarding the soul obstruct one's movement towards the goal of life. That is the realization of the self. They inhibit the rise of knowledge and its fruit. Superficial minds have conceived various theories regarding the nature of the self. The nature of their arguments is given below. Is the Atman self? Atman or self. Is the Atman or self one in all beings or many? If you say Atman is one in all, this does not stand up to reason, because then the practical dealings of life would be impossible. They would be So, because then the practical dealing of life would be impossible. There would be no difference between I, you, he, she, etc. Therefore, Atman is not one. Those who hold that Atman is many are also incorrect. So, what is it? So, what is correct? Let's see. Then Atman would not be second, less, and extraordinary. Everybody would have a distinct Atman. If you say that one Atman appears to be many due to the limiting adjunct of bodies, then it is asked, how does the same one Atman attain many bodies at the same time? If one Atman alone exists in all bodies, how is it that we do not feel the pleasure and pain of all bodies? Therefore, this Atman is not one. Again, is this Atman inert or conscious? This Atman cannot be inert because an inert object like a pot does not need any object of enjoyment. But is it conscious? This is again this is discussed in the following way. Atman becomes conscious of the objects to enjoy them. Is this consciousness eternal or non-eternal? It cannot be eternal because in that case there would always be enjoyment. Now, in the second case, the doubt arises. It is consciousness or self luminous or illumined by something else. Transitory consciousness cannot be self luminous. But if it is illumined by something else, there will be a rise, regression, and infinitum. So I'll read this last paragraph again. Now, in the second case, the doubt arises, is this consciousness self-luminous or illumined by something else? Transitory consciousness cannot be So thus the ignorant argue in diverse ways. All these above that was discussed, arguments are opposed to the Upanishads. So these above arguments are opposed to the Upanishads. So you are arguing literature. So if somebody is not believing, not trusting. So thus ends mantra number 8. And we will continue in the next session. So, Shri Krishna Janmashtami story, a small one today. Then tomorrow will be the 8th day, last. So, Devaki's 7th child. So remember, we had talked about, the last paragraph was about Devaki and Vasudev be changed. So he killed the first child and then ordered that Devaki and Vasudev be chained and imprisoned, and instructed his guards to keep a constant watch over them. Thus, in this gloomy prison, 5 more children were born, and they were born one after the other, and Kamsa took their lives away. Mercilessly, he took the lives away. So Devaki's 7th child, Balaram, was the incarnation of Sheshnag. How many of you knew that? Balaram is the incarnation of Sheshnag. Is Lord, an aspect of Lord Vishnu, according to Puranic concept, Sheshnag is the cosmic serpent that holds the whole universe on its countless hoods, a figurative portrayal of the cosmic mind. To prevent Balram's death at the same hands of Kansa, Lord Vishnu commanded Maya Shakti, his power of cosmic illusion, to secretly remove the child from Devaki's womb. She was then to place him in the womb of Rohini, Rohini was Vasudev's first wife, not second. It's written here second. It's a mistake. Devaki was second wife. Who was living in the village of Gokul with Vasudev's friend Nanda, a close friend of Vasudeva and his wife Yashoda. So, Rohini was living with Vasudev's friend Nanda and his wife Yashoda. They lived in Nandagaon. And Vasudev and Devaki were chained and jailed in Mathura. He further instructed the Devi to be born herself in the womb of Yashoda. So following these instructions, Devi descended to earth and carried out the transfer of Balaram from Devaki's womb to Rohini's womb. When this was accomplished, the people of Mathura all concluded that Devaki had lost this child due to miscarriage. Then the first of the 8th child, Krishna, then the birth of the 8th child, Krishna, drew near. At the time of Krishna's advent, the entire atmosphere became charged with auspiciousness and light. Everywhere on the earth there was a sense of rejoicing. So we will do that tomorrow. The birth of the 8th child, Lord Krishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Divine love, light, healing, peace, prosperity Blessings to each one of you. This is Swami Lalita Priyananda from Sacramento, California. Hari Om Tat Sat.